Hey guys, Hamish here. Welcome back to Warrior Codex. So today I'm going to be reviewing some of my shadowboxing footage from the first day of my 20-week program leading up to the Oceanas in November. So jumping straight into it. Okay, so we're starting off with some basic strikes and a little bit of head movement covering. One thing I noticed straight away though is that I'm not actually extending my strikes. You'll see with a few of these, when I throw them, my arm isn't fully extended. I'm not putting it all the way out like I need to when I do the strike. So spinning kick there, that was pretty good. I was happy with that. I'll just jump back, slow it down and watch that again. So there was a little bit of over rotation at the end as I came through from that, which could just be indication of lack of control, which is one of the areas I'm also looking at working on is the control of my kicks. I'm quite tight through the hips, especially on the sides, and that's restricting the ability to control my kicks, especially when they get a bit higher. We'll put it back to full speed. We'll continue watching this. There's a few ducks there. Guard is dropping a little low on some of these movements. Double front kick. There's a front kick and there's a low and a high version. So those are both pretty clean. Front kick's probably one of my favorite kicks. All right, so that one there, I'll jump back and we'll slow it down and watch that one. So that kick there, we can see my pivot foot doesn't turn far enough. So I actually end up, it's meant to be a fake low and then high. But once again, the mobility is restricting me from doing it properly. That was a better version of the kick. And I think I do one more with a rechamber at the end as well. So back to full speed. Once again, those kind of shortcut on the straight punches. So something else I know is if I do a double jab, it's probably in a couple of these come up. When I do a double jab, I don't actually bring my hand back to my jaw completely after the first jab. So it looks fast, but I'm actually shortcutting it. So a little lateral movement there. Something else I'm doing quite a bit is looking down. You can see I'm looking at the floor there. That was just playing around with a more karate style punch. Once again, looking down for some reason. It could be because I don't have an opponent. Normally, if I've got an opponent, I will tend to look them usually in the center of the chest, kind of just under the chin, probably between the middle of the collarbones. There's that point there I can actually find I can see both the shoulders and the hips. Potentially because I'm only shadowboxing, I haven't got an opponent, I'm just putting my vision all over the place. So skip out side kick. So that, just jump back and we'll check that spinning hook kick again. That was reasonably clean. There was, if I just watch that one more time, the arc of attack on it was quite wide. So it came up quite wide before I brought it across, which can actually throw me off balance. So that's something else I need to work on in terms of the control of the kicks. There's a perfect example. You can see when it throws you off. If you throw your leg out to the side, it throws you off balance. So some of the control aspects there I'm going to need to work on to get them back up to scratch. Back up to speed. Oh, there was another spinning kick there. Let's check that one out and see how that one looked. So front kick, skip back, change stance, a little bit of a jumping spinning hook kick. So that one there, if we watch it again, at half speed. So this one here, I can see I've got a the angle of attack is much closer the knee is tucked in. We'll go right down, slowing down there. So as I come around here, you can see the angle is much tighter. So my leg hasn't come out to the side. The angle is much tighter to the body, and then it extends at the end of the kick there. Pivot foot's fairly good. Once again, something just through the flexibility and through working on the mobility, I'll be able to have better control. And I'll do another update showing the difference in, say, 4 weeks' time, comparing some of my kicks in this footage and then some of the kicks in the, say, 4 weeks' time footage. So you can see that, once again, there, didn't fully extend the straight punches. Front kick, probably could fully extend that a bit more as well. The knee had a little bit of a bend to it. We'll just speed it back up to full speed. So skipping front kick. Yeah, that's really short. So that one was interesting there. What I actually did was, so skip up front kick, kind of a shuffle back, stance switch, and then what I'm actually looking at after a couple of these movements, I was imagining a slip to the side from someone coming in with either a straight punch or, say, a front kick, and I'm slipping to the side, and then the roundhouse kick comes through the middle as I've slipped off the line. So that's what I've imagined with this particular move here. And I follow up with a back kick, that back kick as well. So off the line, roundhouse kick. I'll slow this down. Now the back kick, the leg had a bit of a bend to it. So in some ways, it could be that because I've hit them with a roundhouse kick, they are closer to me, so the back kick will need the bent leg. But having the extension on the leg as well, it allows you to drive the power out through the kick. So that's something else I can look at. And I know that, again, back kick, hook kick, any of my spinning kicks, I'm throwing my axis off the center a bit, which is throwing me out, as we've seen from a couple of these kicks in this footage. So something else I'm working on in terms of control is the spinning aspect of the kicks. So once again, yeah, short punches. Come back up here. So that one was all right. Still a little short on them. I'm getting good rotation through those hooks. That was probably an elbow. Probably shouldn't be doing that because they're not legal in the competition. Low punch, once again, still not following through. Bleak kick, high kick, and a spinning kick to throw me off center to finish it off. So the big things that I've seen from my review footage here is, so I was extension on the strikes, both punches and kicks, the spinning, the hip mobility to have better control of the kicks, and I think that's probably about it from this footage. Also, I've just remembered I need to fix my guard up. My guard is dropping quite a bit, even just during this here, so that'll be something to work on. Oh, also looking at the floor. Did forget about looking at the floor. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you've learned something. I hope you've seen that even someone that's been training for 20 years, looking back at your footage is really useful. You can see a lot of flaws that you might have in your technique, and you can then use them to correct, and even potentially giving you an idea of how you can review some of your own technique if you wish.